And joining us now to discuss is former CIA agent Mike Baker. Mike, I think a lot of folks were surprised by this, but you, I'm told, do have a little bit of insider information on it for us.
Yeah, I think two takeaways from this. One is what you've just pointed out, which is, look, 99% of the population doesn't bother to read the riders or the opt-in agreements and the terms of agreement before they sign up for something. And so I think that caught a lot of people, obviously, by surprise, and hopefully it's a lesson. Read the terms of the contract, understand what you're signing up to. But the more important part is, I don't think a lot of people understand exactly how invasive these smart devices in your home can be now as a point of access into your home. It's been years and years since you've been able to, if you want to, and you have the resource and the motivation, for instance, take a smart TV that's mounted in your living room and remotely from outside access that as an audio and video monitor. Now suddenly, the Russians are watching you in your living room. For me, that doesn't make any difference. All they'd see is my three boys sitting on the sofa eating cheesy puffs and watching South Park.
But it does make you think about what this can do. I remember many years ago wondering about the video
camera?
on your the camera on your computer, and when I realized it goes two ways was when I saw an interview with Mark Zuckerberg and he had a piece of tape over it.
I cover mine with the tape, including my Peloton. My Peloton cycle, I cover up with the tape as well.
Yeah.
That's the right thing to do. It's the smart approach, but it also extends to everything, again, from the thermostat issue in terms of controlling physical systems within your home to your televisions, the TV that's now in your refrigerator for some folks. I don't know why they want a TV in their refrigerator, but any smart device that sits in your home is accessible. There are ways you can disable it, but as with a TV, if you get TV, you've got to go through about 127 steps to disable that ability so that someone can't reach in from outside your home and access that device. We've seen, and it's been fairly well documented sometimes, the nanny cams and how those get hijacked. So it's, it is a problem. I think this story in Texas, should hopefully wake some people up.
Yeah, we've expanded the conversation from Texas, which has some energy problems, into the security issues. But let me ask you this, as somebody that was with the CIA, should I worry more about the CIA or other countries?
Well, here's what I'm going to say. Everybody, of course, will roll their eyes and say I'm subjective, but you should worry about other countries. You should worry about nation states. You should worry about criminal entities, hacktivist organizations, non-state operators who are out to create chaos, trouble, look for extortion opportunities, whatever it may be. Look, the government, the U.S. government, I tell people this all the time. Unless you're engaged in high-level criminal activity, terrorist activity, the government really doesn't care about you, right? That's not the problem. The Amazons and large tech companies of the world collect far more personal data on you than the government does. It's just the way it works. So I know that a lot of people, they read beach books and watch feature films, and they're not going to believe that. But I spent a lot of time behind the Wizard of Oz curtain. And that's just what I'm saying.
Mike, I was at the beach the past week, and one of the things I did was listen to your podcast with Joe Rogan from back in March, where you were talking about hacking and the different countries, Russia and China specifically, when it comes to our infrastructure. Is this just another way in?
It is another way in. Yes, it's exactly what how you can refer to it. That's a very good point. Think about all these various avenues of approach, right? As just on-ramps to your personal information, to your privacy issues, to your personal life. And then, of course, it's all part of the same problem we've been experiencing lately with JDS and Colonial Pipeline and the larger scale hacking into commercial and public sector organizations and entities. It is literally the #1 problem we're facing, because that next big global conflict, this is one of the areas where it's going to be played out in. Power is going to go off. You're not going to be able to access cash. Fuel won't be transported. You're going to feel it in the homeland rather than some boots on the ground exercise overseas where most of us really don't focus very much.
Yeah, we're good at that stuff. We got to get better at this stuff.
Yeah.
So thanks, Mike.
Thanks,
Mike Baker.